If you've ever found yourself sitting in front of your computer staring at beautiful automatic Swiss watches, guys, let me assure you, you are not alone. Have you found they're way out of reach, they're way too expensive? Well, I may have something here for you that you can really enjoy, and I'm not gonna say it's cheap, but at the price this thing is, it is affordable and it is attainable for an everyday man like you and I. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside of this box. Y'all stick with it. So let's go ahead and put this thing down on the table and really take a good look at it. Go ahead and grab yourself a little bit of bourbon and let's get into it. We've got it off the pillow now, and you can see this is the green model, and it's got a beautiful green sunburst to it. And sometimes this green is so dark it looks black. It is really attractive. Now the lume on the hands, I'm not even gonna show you the lume. It's not worth seeing, there's not much to it. But the date is got a nice frame around it, and the hands and the hour indices are really very simple, very elegant looking. Now this is the 40 millimeter, so it is a bit sporty. They do make a 36 millimeter as well. This one is, like I said, it's the 40. It's got a 42 millimeter lug to lug. It's 100 meters water resistant. It's got the Powermatic 80, which is essentially a modified ETA movement that will give this thing up to an 80-hour power reserve. This watch is based off of a watch from the 70s that Tissot had. It's got a very flat case surface to it with a nice raised bezel, excuse me, bezel. And you can see the integrated links are really pretty, and they really do cast a lot of reflections with the light. It is brushed and finished very nicely. It does have the exhibition case on the back, so you can see that movement. It does have a trifold clasp on it. Now this watch does not have any micro adjustments, but right here towards the end, it does have a half link on each side, and I had to remove one to get it fitting just right. So if you play with it enough, you can get it to fit just right. But as you can see, this is a really, really good looking watch. Let's go ahead and take off the tag here. Yes, go ahead and check it out. Very nice aqua racer. It's my only other Swiss watch, as a matter of fact. So I'm just getting into this like many people. Let's put it on the wrist and check it out. Now, as I say, with the half links, you can get it fitting really well. I know there's a lot of people out there that say that they're either too big or too small, but you can get it fitting extremely nicely. Now, I've got a 7¼ inch wrist, and this 40 millimeter really fits nice on my wrist. And what I do like about this watch is just how thin and light and ergonomic this bracelet is. This is really a good looking watch. As you can see, this is a beautiful watch, made by a name brand that's been around for a very long time. Now, a lot of people are down on these watches because this Powermatic 80 is said to have plastic parts in it. And that's part of modifying the ETA to get the power reserve up to 80 hours on this thing. Now, as far as how serviceable it is, I read a lot that they say if you send this back to Tissot for service, if it needs it, they will just go ahead and replace the movement as opposed to servicing it because it does have plastic pieces in it. But that's to me, that's not a real big concern. For this price point, you are really getting a beautiful Swiss-made watch from a big name brand company. And servicing it will be years down the road. Now, a lot of people will go with the quartz because of that. But to me, in my collection, I've only either got automatic watches or solar watches. Once a watch battery dies on a quartz watch, I tend to lose interest in it, and they tend to end up in the garbage. And I have probably thrown away over the years several pretty nice watches that, had they been automatic, I would have kept them, and I would have got them serviced and kept wearing them. For instance, my tag here, I know I will keep this and pass it down to my children. This is just something I'm gonna keep, and I have to believe this Tissot is as well. It's not super expensive, it's not super cheap, but it is really a beautiful watch. Like I said, guys, go check it out. I got it down in the description. I really think it's good to have in your collection. I think it's a really good looking watch. And buying a watch is more than just the bargain or how expensive it is. Buying a watch is all about how you feel about it. And I can tell you, a watch like this, it kind of enhances whatever you're wearing it with. Whereas some watches, if you just throw on a pair of shorts, some flip-flops and a t-shirt, some watches will look extremely out of place. Where this thing will look really good in a very casual environment like that, and kind of up your game up a little bit. And if you had this under a suit, this slim design, in fact, is going to go under a cuff really well, and it's going to look really nice. So I think there's plenty of places this watch will look very good. The dial on this watch is really hard to beat. It's beautiful. The sunburst, I like the green myself. I already had a few blue watches, and I wanted to go with this green. Normally I'd have picked blue, but I'm glad I went with the green. This dark green is really, really lovely. It's black in some light, it's green, it's got sunburst, and it's really hard to beat. But I think you should go ahead and check it out. I think it's worth having in your collection. So guys, I hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I'll see y'all on Everyday Man.